What makes social enterprises unique? To truly understand the nature of social enterprises, it helps to compare them with traditional commercial businesses. On the surface, they may look similar, but at their core, they are quite different. Their uniqueness comes from four key aspects. First, their purpose, why the business exists. Second, their decision-making structures. Third, their governance model, and finally, their hybrid nature, which blends elements of both business and charity. Let's break this down. Unlike commercial businesses, which exist primarily to generate profit for owners and shareholders, social enterprises exist to create positive change in the world. They aim to tackle social or environmental challenges while still operating as businesses. Yes, social enterprises do need to be financially sustainable, but success for them isn't measured just in profits. It is measured in impact, the real-world difference they make in their communities or in society as a whole. Another important difference lies in ownership and decision-making. In a typical business, decision-making power rests mostly with owners or shareholders. But in a social enterprise, that power is often shared. Why? Because social enterprises are deeply rooted in the communities they serve. They build long-term relationships with local shareholders, and these relationships are vital. They help ensure that the impact being created is both relevant and sustainable. That is why many social enterprises embrace participatory governance. This means involving those affected by the enterprise, like beneficiaries, employees, donors, or community members, in decisions about how the organization is run. In some cases, this looks like democratic decision-making, where stakeholders have voting rights and influence over things like strategy, budgeting, or leadership. One structure that is built entirely on this principle is the cooperative. In a cooperative, members often vote directly on key decisions. In other social enterprises, participatory governance might take different forms, like stakeholder advisory boards, community consultations, or regular surveys and focus groups. This inclusive approach ensures that social enterprises remain accountable to the people and causes they are trying to serve. In short, what sets social enterprises apart is not just what they do, but how they do it. At this stage, I would invite you to complete Exercise 5.